But if we get much closer, I don't lose control. And if your heart's bad, all right. Welcome back to SOS. I'm Staff Sergeant Badass.
Jazz hands, sippy cup.
Jazz hands, jazz hands.
Sashay.
Sashay. There you go. There you go. Slinky touch. Oh, man. You're so ridiculous. Hey, everyone. How are you guys doing tonight? Hello.
We got Ralph, Bam, Wes S, Jeff, Fish and Beans, Dad on the EU, Jackal, Corporal Hillbilly, Hunting for Life, Size Dad, Travis, Sean, Truth, Band Red Hand, Jim, Sean, Atlas. Did I say hi to Allenby? Well, hello, Allenby.
Well, hello.
Chris Shrek, The Watchman News. What are you reporting on today, Watchman News? Dwayne Wallace, Rebel Scott, D-Day Normandy. Hello, LS.
Hello.
I loved your little winter broadcast.
Hello.
Phil Jean, Jeff Soul Survivor, Hope, David
Got
C.
drop forge survival.
Drop that forge. Drop it like it's hot, right? Jabroni, Atlas, Craig, Jeff, Steve. Hello, all you other shy typers out there.
Okay.
David.
Is that it?
Eliza, Ted.
Are there more?
Distinto, Spread Spear, Joe, Bear.
Yep, yeah. There's more typing. Okay. Right.
Damascus.
We're good.
Rebel.
There's still 13. Typing. There's still typing.
Hello, Chile. Mark Chase.
They're still typing.
Okay.
Okay.
Goddess.
Okay, we're done typing.
Yeah. Sorry,
we're still typing.
Flappy.
Still typing. Okay. All right, welcome back, everyone. And tonight, we are going to. These are prepping strategies. Now, I'm going to do this in a series of live streams. I don't know how I'm going to lay this out exactly for over time, but strategies, this is tonight. I have a particular topic that involves a strategy, and it's very important to know strategies as a prepper and being prepared for whatever could come your way. And I've got something planned here and a pretty good layout for you guys and gals.
Clint Eastwood.
I want to note before I get started, it is the second?
Somcom.
It's the second of the month for 4 quarters.
So,
for 25 cents a week, you could see me on Patreon. Just saying. Come on over, because I do a video per day. I do live streams every week, and there's downloadable content, and I give away stuff. So come on over.
Hey,
I'm cordially inviting all of you that are not there already. Okay, I just want to say that. I got to say it. I got to. All right. Okay.
And happy birthday to my niece out there.
And happy birthdays. So tonight, the topic for tonight that I want to cover, going into in a survival situation, I have to write all this. I have to write all this stuff down every night. All right. In a survival situation, there's not going to be many places for resources. You start looking at all these different scenarios. I mean, I know a lot of you really focus on a grid down or, EMP or something like this. Okay. So that's usually the topic, or we're at war or something like that. And that usually falls into things not thought about. And we talk about things like bugging out, bugging in, getting to your
sleep,
your get out of Dodge.
Break it, Doug. It's about time you show up.
Your get out of Dodge location.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Boom. Appreciate you, buddy.
Atomic.
Thank you, JIT.
Explosion.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Big thank you.
Y'all are awesome. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Just in time prepping has a channel, you guys. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right.
Brony.
All right. So resources are going to be tight, all right? You're not going to just be able to run to a store and go grab more gasoline or more fuel, more food, more, more ammunition, whatever the case. It doesn't matter. The supplies, then what you got is what you're going to be using. And that is the main thing you need to be thinking of when it comes to, stashing some resources, right? So you're going to have to come up with some way of stashing some resources. It's a tremendous amount of effort to carry a pack loaded down with the amount of ammunition you would need. For some folks, this is different scenarios. For some folks, because not everyone's on the same sheet of music when it comes to these topics. When I say ammunition, some folks say I don't carry ammunition anyways, because
and I say 44 Magnum.
Well, you got to keep in mind, because there's folks from other parts of the world.
Hey, Tina.
There's folks from other parts of the world that tune in, and they don't have pistols and ammunition and things like that for certain things. So you got to keep that in mind. So that's the reason why I say that.
Yes.
But the amount of ammunition you would need to carry, the amount of food you would need to carry, and things like that, is a tremendous amount of effort to be able to carry all that stuff. Your ability to perform and endurance is going to greatly affect the outcome of what happens next. So what I want to talk to you guys about is the survival cache. And I'm going to get into some details of it.
Is there Mentos tonight? No, he's got good breath tonight. He smells purty.
I've got coffee breath tonight.
Hey, better than Dorito chip breath.
You can stash in caches a diverse types of resources. And I'll explain how and why in just a few minutes. It's going to help you with your mission. It's going to alleviate some stress. That's number 2 on your list. If you have survival caches, it's going to alleviate a lot of stress. And I mean caches, man. Really? All right. So you can fill it with critical items. You can take your own approach to these things. You can fill it with critical items. It could be things that, in the event, because you have to keep in mind, what if this survival cache is what you're going to see because you didn't have your bug out bag or your evacuation kit or anything like that available? And what if this cache, so you have to think of the event that this is the kit. This is what you're going to end up with, and this is all you've got. And what if there's someone else cruising with you in this situation? So that could be it. So it wouldn't hurt in a survival cache to be able to throw maybe a spare backpack. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything outrageous, but it might be your only source for a bag at that point, because all hell's broken loose.
Like in the girls' bedroom right now.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Oh, she's got it. She's got this. She's a pro. She's got this. She's handling it. All right. So that could be your last ditch effort right there, just getting a bag out of your kit, and that could be it, because you didn't have access to your bug out bag or whatever, and you have to get to your retreat location or whatever it is. So you have to keep that in there. So you could put critical items in there with that thought in mind. Something simple, a knife, a multi-tool, and this doesn't have to be anything expensive or outrageous. It could be something just extremely affordable type items. you could stash away inside there to get you by. Some type of, I mean, you could do MREs. MREs will last for a long time in a cache. And I'll get to more different types of caches in just a minute. But you can basically, running up on a cache that belongs to you would refuel and bring up your morale substantially. Going through my notes again. See, I write all this stuff down every night. All right. Identifying. I wrote this down for very important purposes. It's okay. It's hard to keep up with the side chat. It's cruising pretty fast, and my helper walked away. So so you got to hang tight with me. Do I have a metal detector? No, I don't have one you can borrow. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, moving on. All right, so your needs. What are your needs?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. I mean, I wouldn't put chocolate in a cache, but
Snickers, like Dad on YouTube said.
Snickers. Snickers would be good. But so you need to figure out what your needs are. What are your needs for your cache? Do you need to store more ammo? Is that the case? I mean, you might need more ammo. You might need more food. You can't carry more food because you're carrying more ammo. So it might be a food cache, and it could be a mixture. So
stay safe, die bullfrog.
You got a variety. So you would have a variety of items inside your cache. You need to have a well thought out plan. And you need to think about waterproofing. It's going to have to be waterproof.
Emoco.
Got to be safe from the elements, right? Where do you hide it, right? Where would you hide such a thing? And that's something, you know, logistically, like your planning. Where are your routes? Are you going to take a different route? Could you
Are these long term or short term?
Long term.
Okay.
These are long term. And what if the route that you would take to your BOL, bug out location, the location that you would normally, the route you would normally take has to be diverted, and you won't be able to hit that route. So
cemetery.
The caches won't be able to be picked up. So you're going to have to leave those there. And so it would be okay to have caches in another location. You could benefit from them on a later date. You might not be able to get them now, but sometime later on. That's why you would probably have an alternate route that would still have caches as well. And what kind of brought this up was truck drivers and folks talking to me about the routes that they take and should they put out caches for their route in the event that they have to ditch the truck and head home for some reason. You know, it's something to think about. You know, total chaos, right? So you really have to put a lot of thought into what you're going to be storing into this thing. How long do you plan on storing this? How long should this cache be good for? And so longevity of it, you have to look at things to make sure nothing's going to happen to the items that are in it.
Country mama.
So and how, the next one, how would you go about retrieving it, right? And we're talking like, because you could do PVC pipe and sealant, PVC pipe and sealant. You can cap each end, you know, sealant, cap them. There you go. The good thing about PVC pipe is that you can stuff a wide variety of stuff inside there. I mean, canned foods. I mean, if you do a longer PVC pipe, you can fit a full-length rifle inside a piece of PVC pipe, and a decent sized PVC pipe, right?
Texas Pete.
So, I mean, in the event you needed to, you could put a rifle, ammunition, food, and, you know, a little survival kit, that kind of thing. Nothing outrageous, but something to get you by. A bag that you can stash stuff in. There you go. Batteries. You can put batteries in there, flashlights, all that stuff, right? Candles. The list goes on. You know, makeshift shelter. You know, I can go on and on with random crap you could probably shove in there, but uh, the importance of this is having one and doing it the right way, or doing, you're going to have to do multiple. You won't be able to do just one, right? You won't be able to do just one cache. It's going to have to be a couple of different types. Location, um, you not too inconspicuous, right?
Hey, Matt.
You want to be able to find it. So you wouldn't pick some place that's, you know, the land has a lot of land erosion or something like that, and
Good to have you, buddy.
you know, things shift around a lot, and you know, you might not be able to find it. You know, you don't want anything that's too difficult to find, and good landmarks, right? Good,
Hey, Edward.
good, good landmarks. You know,
Golden.
kind of old school, right? You know, you could use like the giant oak tree, or um, the small one, the giant one or the small, whatever. As long as it's not years later that you come to this thing, right? But different, you know, some type of landmark where you can find it, and you know, not a lot of shifting in the earth's going to happen at that spot. And I know I wrote this down, probably on the other page of all of the stuff I wrote down tonight. Uh, Strangler. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Sorry if we said your name wrong.
Sorry if we
But
jacked your
thank you
name
very
up.
much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mr.
Oh,
Texan.
big explosion.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you,
Cluster
buddy.
bomb.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I did write this down. Good. I was like, I hope I wrote that down. All right. So on my list here, I wrote down keep disasters in mind, because you want to keep disasters in mind if you live in an area. For example, if you live in an area that tends to evacuate for flooding, or this, that, and the other thing. If you're in an area that evacuates for different types of things, kind of like what was it, South Carolina? I mean, those places like that, they flood, and you know, people leave, and there's tornadoes and stuff, and people leave. But you know, in a flooding event, you know, it's your possibility, if you put your cache in a location that's flooded, you're not going to be able to get to your cache.
You wouldn't want to put it in the ground.
Not well, in a location like that, you have to find another way. So I've got other ways.
Oh no, but that just made me remind.
Don't ruin it.
Sorry, that made me remember that that stupid prepper show on that
Oh,
Geo,
come on. Here
where
we
he
go.
did it in the ocean and he couldn't find it.
Yeah.
His cache thing.
Running out of oxygen. Oh, I'm gonna die.
That was like anchored to the bottom of the floor of the water, and I'm like, that is too much.
Too much. He
And
welded up all those little tubes and threw them out in the ocean. Yeah. All right. Whack-a-diddle. Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. I wouldn't want to go scuba diving for some caches, though. That's going to get into something else. Keep that in mind, because when I get into another topic, you're going to like to add that to this, because it's important. All right, so here's some techniques. That was one of them. Bury it in the ocean, right? Throw it in the ocean. All right, so next up,
outhouse, baby.
Okay, here's a list of hows. Okay, what techniques for it, right? Buried, right? Buried. Paved over was one of them. Why on earth you'd want to pave over it, but in some cases, paved over is a thing. Built into structures. That's another way of doing it. If, you know, an outhouse, like she was saying, or, you know, into a wall, or something like that. It's built into structures. And I mean, it's kind of like structures in another location, and you have access to, and you can hide the cash inside a different structure. It's just something to think about. Um, you can
John Wick style.
camouflage to make it look like something else. So it's kind of like hidden in plain sight. You can do something that normally looks like a power box or something like that, but it's not a box. It's not a tube that goes to the telephone pole. But people always see this thing, so they assume that's actually connected to the telephone pole and makes something happen or whatever. I mean, you can think of all sorts of ways to hide items inside of a home that way, and I'll get to some of that stuff here in a minute.
Hey, Nani.
But camouflaging items to be in plain sight is another useful tool. Things that people normally won't pick up on.
Mine's in his beard.
Restocking a cache and people watching over you while you get your cache is next on my list here. Now, restocking a cache would be important if you're going to have to go back through there again, and there's a possibility you might have to. Now, there's also the chance that you're only doing a restocking just to renew what's in there. All right, it's been this stuff's been there a year. I need to go get that stuff out of the ground and change it out with fresh supplies. And then someone seeing you do any of these activities and other folks watching you take note. It's just like when you gather your cache, right? When you gather your cache, excuse me, when you gather your cache and someone's watching you do that, you could be followed. Right? You could be followed. So you have to be very cautious, about digging these caches up and having someone track you down and just to get what you've gathered up out of your cache. But it is good to just take the whole thing with you. Take the whole thing with you and go, right? And I wouldn't go picnicking or anything after you gather your cache. All right, we got this stuff. All right, let's go ahead and just build a campfire and stuff. I would take that situation serious, get the stuff and start moving, and just in case, because it might, in the event it takes you a while to get the items, right? You have to also keep in mind the technique or where the how you store this, right? If it's in the ground, then you want to make sure you have the plan in place. Well, how do I get this out of the ground? And if you're on foot, some technique of being able to dig the item up. If maybe the shovel is stashed in another location, it's in a tree or something, I don't know. But I'm just saying. That's probably not the most likely place to go put in a shovel. I'm just saying. But if you had some sort of folding shovel, you could stash. So in the event you've got to go digging this stuff up.
We're good. We didn't get too much snow.
We didn't get much snow.
Yeah.
It did get cold, but
thank you for asking.
It wasn't too bad. All right. That's restocking and watchers. Okay. Here's another good little tidbit for you guys. Now, this isn't just with storing caches and the importance of storing caches. We all know that's important. But the next thing I kind of want to bring up is hiding food and supplies inside your home. And let's say in the event, let's do the Marauders thing, right? People come to your home, they kick in the door, whatever, give me all your stuff. You can have um, you can have friends, right? People you work with, people you talk to every day, people who come over and sit and eat dinner with you, right? And during SHTF, they could turn totally psychotic and crazy and remember that you have this stuff and come to take the stuff from you. And you've got to keep that stuff in mind so you don't ever keep all your eggs in one basket. So you need to make sure you have a contingency plan in place when crazy Joe Bob, whoever, comes busting in and says, give me all your stuff or I'm going to kill your kids or whatever. So you need to keep that stuff in mind because give them something. So you don't want to put your family at risk and you want to have a contingency plan. And that could be something as simple as hiding your stashes in locations that are unseen and they'll never know. They only take what they see. The other stuff is just hidden. So thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Boom! Big explosion. Thank you.
Thank you, Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you guys are surviving the chill.
Surviving the chill. But
Too much snow.
you want to be able to have things hidden inside your home. And so people don't see this stuff. Like an AK-47 in the wall, right? With some body armor, I don't know. Get it next to the 1911. Okay, it's a Glock, whatever. Maybe it's a high point, right?
Hey, JC.
But whatever it is that's in the wall, right? It's hidden. And now you could utilize box springs to store food, right? Store food inside the box springs. You can flip over a couch, and there's sections of couch, man. I mean, you could layer in food in there. I mean, you could put plywood on the bottom of the couch and load it up with canned foods, right? All kinds of food, right? Just load the couch up, right? And set it back in place, and go back to eating your fruity pebbles and watching TV, right? So you can cut the bottoms out of your floor level cabinets, right? This is another technique. If you've got all right, so you've got cabinets that are near the floor. You've got, say, the sink and everything. You've got drawers, right, underneath there. You've got these cabinets that open up, and some people put pots and pans and stuff in all these different places, right? And every house is designed differently, but that bottom layer, it's about give or take somewhere in there. If you could get in there and remove the sections there, get in there with like some sort of cutting wheel or something, kind of get yourself a little section and pull out and make it where the panel is removable and you can put it back in, then remove it, and you can put yourself a block of wood with about that much space on it. So when you put it back in, it doesn't fall down. And then now you've got yourself a removable lid. So you take the lid and pull it out of the way, and you can fill the bottom of your cabinets underneath with food and whatnot. And
Bye, Jackal.
in the event people will come to take what they see, they don't see any of that. All that stuff's hidden, right? Another technique that I've kind of learned along the way, I can't remember where I heard this one from, but I know I've seen it and heard it too.
Cool hand loop.
Hollowed out doors. Now, newer style homes with the newer doors, like bedroom doors and things like that, they've got these hollowed out doors. They're hollow on the inside, and you can stuff those full of dry food.
Right.
You could come in from the top if you want and just drill a hole straight through, fill it up with food, and in the event of SHTF, you could dump it, or you could just remove the panel. Comes apart, so you can split the door in half and fill it up with food, bags of rice or whatever, and then put the panel back together and then hang the door. It's going to be one heavy door afterwards, but you know, you've got a hollow door full of food, and nobody will ever know that that door was just a door, right? No one will ever know it's full of food. Um, and then when marauders come, they take what they see, and then you still have a whole door full of food. So it's something to keep in mind. You can hide. I mean, here's some low key. Here's some low key stuff that's just kind of ideas. You know, behind smaller books, like you can do fake books. Fake books are behind smaller books. You can store food and whatnot. I already said inside walls, but inside walls is a good thing because uh, you can make removable panels. I'm just saying.
Inside kid toys.
It's so easy to pop. I mean, some places. I mean, unless you know, and I got a friend. He's got a hidden place underneath his stairwell. No one, you would never know that's a place, but it's an entire hidden place full of food.
Your imagination's your limit.
But it's only like some certain types of homes, it's really hard to get away with unless you do like picture frames or something like that. You hang a picture up over the spot on the wall that actually removes and accesses the wall inside the wall. But it's good to get a stud finder, and I've got a stud finder. You can run around the house and find all the studs in the wall, and it'll beep and let you know where the studs are. Beep, 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 beep. It's so ridiculous. But you can find the studs in your wall, and then if you know where the stud is, and just like, all right, well, that's a nice level spot there. It's like I'm gonna cut that section out and use that for my picture, and then I can slide all my canned foods in there, stack canned foods, and all kinds of stuff. AK-47 right there, magazines, ammo can. You know what I mean? So
go get in bed.
It's just some ideas for you.
Go on.
How you see Toy's cup?
No, go get in bed. I still no one's cup.
Nobody's stole anybody's cup.
My cup.
My cup. Get out of here. All right. False bottoms and floors. You know, that's played out in movies all over the place. You know, you've got the board that kind of wiggles in the floor. You know, you just pull the board up. You know, if you've got wood floors or something, you can actually pull that off. Some places, if you've got carpet, you know, you can still pull the carpet back. You pull the carpet back, and you got a wood floor underneath the carpet. So you pull the carpet up, jiggle out a piece of a board, pry it up, and then you've got access to the bottom floor panel. And then from there, you can fill that up with whatever, and then put the board back down, put the carpet back down, and push it in place. And that's just another interesting, unique hiding spot for something. So
putting the couch over it.
I mean, and if they're coming to take your guns, I mean, this is just one, you know, a few more techniques for hiding ammunition and guns and whatever else. I'm just saying, if you needed to, just more ideas for you. I was going to get into color codes for safe zones and stuff like that too, and more you know, for strategies. But I kind of want to. I'll chime you in on a little bit of it, and then, you know, for the next one that I do like this, we'll get more into color code and security and stuff like that, and you know, simple. It doesn't matter if you're militia. It doesn't matter if you're a militia or if you're just a survivalist group or whatever, and you just need to utilize some sort of color code system just to, you know, identify people and
identify yourself.
I mean, I've said before, you know, a certain bandana or something like that, and to signify if there's danger at the location.
What?
No, you
did not. You got your diaper on. Go get in bed.
Go get in bed. She's so ridiculous.
Go get in your bed.
Go get in bed.
You did not. Oh my goodness.
Can you just go chase her down and see what she wants? She's so ridiculous.
You have your diaper on.
She's so ridiculous. Okay. Color code system. Here we go. To signify, like, say you're at a location, you're at your BOL or whatever, to signify all is well. You know, you could use something white to just signify that all is well. If things have been compromised, you could signify that by something red. So people will see something red and they'll know that something's bad.
Sun bear, all is well.
All is well.
All is well. Rainbow bear.
Bear.
All
right.
is not well.
Blue could let people know that you're going to regroup or whatever. This is the new location. But there's color charts, color codes for this stuff, and it's a whole nother thing that I wanted to get into on a later date. The other thing that I wanted to get into during the next one for strategies is what do you do if you get to your BOL kind of thing and certain people don't show up. But that's something else I wanted to talk about later. You know, if folks don't show up, and are you just going to go on and eat their food, or or what? It's your turn. You got to take it. Yes.
Oh.
It's
Are you
your
just
turn.
kind of rambling?
Yes, I was trying to. All I heard was kids and you yelling diaper and
my
all
pants
kinds of
and
something else. And,
oh man.
And I'm like, yep, I'm pretty sure everyone watching is very entertained by our family activities.
Mm-hmm. Throw Care Bears in the mix and all as well.
Ah.
All right, I'm just gonna talk about a couple little things. And
What do you got?
This first one I'm talking about, World Health Organization has recently declared this as a medical, well, not really crisis, but it's something that is starting to grow. It's a global threat, I guess, have you? That's what they're saying for health. And it's called the Buruli ulcer. And this thing started its way in Africa, and then they've been finding it in South America, then up to Mexico, and probably.
Thank you, have take.
I bet anything they're going to start seeing signs along like the Gulf Coast and whatnot, because it does like the
Mark said
waters.
Ninja attack worms.
No worms. No worms tonight. But this thing, this is a microorganism that's similarly close to tuberculosis. And if you have any type of open cut on your hand or anywhere on your body, that's how it gets through. And luckily for this thing, it's a slow growing bacteria. So, you know, as long as you pour some acid in your wound, I'm just kidding. As long as, you know, wash the place that's open off and disinfect it as best you can, then you should be set. Because
everything seems to start in Africa.
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of craziness in there. And yes, the Ebola is still going strong. Because this thing likes to usually infest in swamps and really slow
how to treat
running
Jack
water. So there you have it. There's its origin. And so if you don't clear your wound out properly and you just kind of let it fester, and this thing can actually get in through a bug bite too.
It's a measles outbreak in
31 cases.
31 cases.
Yeah, measles. You just got to watch out for your kids, your little ones, because of the respiratory problems it can cause. But other than that, I mean, measles isn't a big scare as these healthcare people make it out to be honest. They really like to just scare the crap out of people and come up with different vaccines and stuff. But yes, head in the stars tonight. You're so funny, Smolo.
Hardy har hars.
But yes, if you do not wash your wound off or even just wash off your little bug bites This thing, it's a slow growing bacteria. And what it does is it goes deep into your tissues and creates a big ulcer. And by that time, the only treatment is amputation. But if you starting to feel and kind of look at your skin's getting eaten away, I think it's time to get some antibiotics. And with this one, it's going to be streptomycin and rifampicin combo. It's the same kind of combo you would treat tuberculosis, and I'm sure it takes a pretty fancy time to get it to clear out, because tuberculosis, man, you're on a 6 month to a year regimen of antibiotics. But I couldn't find how long it would take. So there you go. Bruley ulcer.
Monkeypox, huh?
Yeah, there's such thing as monkeypox.
In Tennessee. Jabroni was saying that.
Oh, you're so funny, Jabroni. I haven't heard of that. So, leprosy. We're going to talk about leprosy since last week we talked about the that book by Dr. Alton, and in that he said that from his experience, he seems to think that leprosy would be on the rise, which, reading over in my micro book, they do say that cases of leprosy in the United States are actually increasing every single year. And that's mainly due to immigrants coming through from other countries where they have a high infectious rate of leprosy. So, they're not getting properly screened, or they're coming in through the back wall, or they have it, but it takes about 2 weeks for signs and symptoms to appear, and they don't know they have it. But leprosy isn't as contagious as, we're told about, like, the Middle Ages, people really freaking out, and they tie bells around their necks and outcast them into their own leprosy circles. And I'm sure those poor people had their own little meetings. And I tell you what, if somebody threw me out and I had leprosy, I'd go give them a big fat hug and kiss. So yes, it does, Jabroni. It talks how long they go past their date. He goes in all those specifics. So, leprosy. They love, like, that bacteria, it loves cool temperatures, like around between, like, I think 55 and 65 degrees. So that's the kind of portion it'll attach yourself to on your body, is the cooler parts, like you can get your armpit, you can get inside your nose and all that stuff. And the reason why armadillos have leprosy is because armadillos' body temperature stays that exact range where leprosy likes to grow. Yeah. So Wes's and Rob, stop throwing the armadillo around like a hot potato.
Yeah, it's not a hot potato, Rob.
I'm sure Miss Clint Eastwood is telling y'all, boys, stop throwing that armadillo around. You're going to get that leprosy. Because there has been confirmation of people in Texas, hint, hint, Wes, that have gotten leprosy. So
from an armadillo.
From armadillo. So don't touch armadillos. Leave them alone. All right. So like I said, your signs and symptoms won't start taking place for about almost 2 weeks. And there's different types of levels of leprosy. You can start off with just parts of your skin losing sensation. And then from that, like, you get these disfiguring nodules all over your body. And the nodules, it looks like, like this part of your elbow all over the place.
I'm just reading it.
Oh.
It's just keep doing your thing.
Flip someone off and your finger falls off. Oh my goodness. Okay,
it's too distracting. Just keep going.
It is. All right. So that's, those are the least effective types. Now, when you get into the more hardcore types, it starts in the lining of your nose and it starts eating away
Trying.
All this tissue and skin up here. And so you get what they call a lion's face appearance, unfortunately.
You kids are crazy.
And then that same bacteria starts making deformations of your hands. It starts eating at that tissue. So you're left with the claw. And I have some pictures here I can show you guys. It's nothing too bad. I don't want to give anybody nightmares or scare any little kids away. So this right here. All right, so that guy with the skin, the ring on his skin, that's how it first starts right there. And then when it progresses, it can get to that, where that poor little kid's hand is basically into a claw, because it all depends on your body's immune system.
Hey, Rob.
Is that Rob Painless? We weren't talking about you at all, Rob. But anyways, if your body's immune system is really low and weak, chances are, yeah, the leprosy is going to invade your body and basically advance and kind of get a little bit more intense. So if you got good immune system, then chances are you should be good, and your body should be able to fight it off and keep it at bay. But people still don't know to this day the exact means of how this disease is.
We can't play yard bowling with armadillos anymore.
Yard bowling.
Oh, my goodness.
So they still don't really know.
You guys are a hoot.
Exactly how it's transferred. If it's transferred through maybe droplets, if you got the leprosy in your nose and you snotting over people, or if you're just like doing a full-on hug and kiss, or what. But I mean, it is thought that you'd have to get pretty intimate with somebody to really contract it, and they'd have to have those oozing open wounds and pretty much rub it on your body, like I guess your mouth, or if maybe you snorting it up your nose or something, getting in your eyeballs. I don't know. They're not sure. That's just kind of theory on how these things are true love
boundaries.
It's just a theory.
I knew it was coming. Somebody had to say it.
Because, as the leprosy's, the bacteria is eating away at your skin, and it's shedding all that skin layers, and it's
oh my goodness. Oh, the oozing and snorting.
Okay.
And
so
rubbing it all over.
Your skin is shedding because it's dying off. It's still attached to that skin.
Oh, my goodness.
Also, if you're inhaling like the dry flakes, who knows? It could be from that too. But they say that it has to be for a long period of time. It can't just be a little drive-by kiss, and you go. But I would think, though, if they're oozing and pussy and you get it in, you're probably got it. But anywho,
I smiled so hard my face hurts now. Oh.
Now the cause of death is not really from leprosy itself, because it's kind of the same strand as tuberculosis. And so basically what happens is people end up dying from tuberculosis. So, and unfortunately, just like tuberculosis, it's going to take a heck of a long time and a lot of supply to get rid of leprosy. Because, of course, the first thing you want to do is isolate them, because when England had an outbreak, I think like 1990s, 1999, I think, they kept them isolated, and that seemed to pretty much nip it in the butt, and it didn't spread, of course. And then they had the the sulfone drug, dapsone, that basically made it so the symptoms were kind of more controlled and they weren't as basically contagious, I guess. So that is how they kept their cases down. And so if you come across people that have leprosy, cover them up, put on a face shield, and then I guess you can give them a hug.
Nip it in the bud.
So, but yes, you would have to use
Night soul.
Dapsone, Rifampin, clofazimine, and you're going to have to combine them together. And if you have the minor form, it's going to take 6 months. If you have it major hardcore, where it's basically, eating your skin away, it's going to take 2 years. So I doubt anybody's going to have that good of a supply. And if you do, I don't know if you're going to want to waste it on leprosy, because you can live with leprosy. It's just, when it turns to TB, it gets ugly. So anyhow.
Latex bodysuit, right?
Pretty much. Put them in a bubble. They'll be okay. It's like Bubble Boy. So, but yes, the more you know.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, that's all
Just
I got.
reading the silly comments. Well, that's all I got too. You want to talk about something else? Anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing I can really think of on the top of my head that's going down medically.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I mean, the measles. Oh, and I guess, the typhus is getting crazier in downtown LA. They're not cleaning up their trash still, and the rat infestation is nasty. I saw a video. Those rats are huge. They are like almost New York style. It is nasty in there. It's getting so bad to where their private companies are paying people for.
Thank you, Rob. That's from Jabroni.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Jabroni. This is you right here. I had to hook it up.
Basically, these people are hiring their own cleanup crew to get rid of this trash because it's, crap trickles downhill, right? So it's starting to spread out of the homeless zone and get into other businesses. I guess this one guy said all of a sudden he woke up to find his warehouse was infested with hundreds of rats, and he actually got typhus. So, yeah, it's just disgusting.
Something I was thinking about while I was writing the topic tonight, and I was writing down the caches and stuff, and I was discussing strategies in my head about caches and food storage and hiding things and all this stuff. I got to thinking when I kind of thought to myself, marauders, right? And folks coming to take what's yours, during chaos. And I got to thinking, there's so many people who doubt the idea of it, the sheer idea of that someone's going to come to your house and take what's yours. So many people doubt that will happen to them. There's so many folks out there that say that can't happen to me, but people don't understand, even in a place like we live here, where there's so many people that are very, very desperate. Very desperate. There's very, very desperate people. I mean, it's like the poverty thing, man. It's a big deal, and it's like the one thing that popped in my head was how many homeless there are, like here, and just something on that level. If you just think about that level, the level of homeless, and like the sheer number of people we were told were fed at the soup kitchen, 190 people in just a matter of a couple of hours. 190 people. That's 190 people that needed food. And now if you imagine grid down some type of real holy moly event, then I don't think people can fathom your neighbors, people, every single person around you, people who know you are going to want what you've got. It is a serious thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are really,
Night, Sean.
I don't think there's so many folks that just don't think it's going to happen, you know, and well, I ain't got nothing to worry about, you know, no one's coming to get me or any of that. If someone is desperate enough, you know, even if there is too many risk for the reward, I guarantee you something will happen. You gotta you gotta keep that stuff in mind.
Well, you know, and it's just sad, of course, the politics down there, they think, they just laugh at it like it's a big joke about how their homeless population is thousands and thousands, and they're not doing anything, of course. It's always the same thing. Well, you know, it should have never gotten to that state, but I'll take a look into it, make some calls, and see what happened. And, you know, next thing they're taking selfies. Hey, y'all, I'm at the baseball game. Whoop, whoop, peace. I'm at box office seats.
Yep. Yeah. You got a good point.
So, if I was up, I don't know, man, I would just be taking some rats and catapulting them.
Catapulting some rats.
Put them in a potato gun.
Potato gun.
Thank
Kenneth,
you, Kenneth.
thank you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, Kenneth.
But yeah, we'll see what comes of that. I'm really curious what's going on with that LA situation and the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just beyond disgusting. It's third world country basically right there.
Yeah.
Not Little Nick. Ratapult. There you go.
The Ratapult.
It's Ratapult. Oh man.
And well, I guess I'll let folks know if anyone out there just, I don't mind doing this. Shoot me an email. If you shoot me an email, it's step1survival@outlook.com. If you shoot me an email, I said it. So I know people are gonna
thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Boom! Big explosion. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank
you guys
y'all.
Are awesome, generous, wonderful people. Thank you.
If you guys shoot me an email and give me an address to mail it to, I will mail you stickers, channel stickers. It doesn't matter. And I have a list, and I think last week I sat down and mailed 50. It was like 50 letters to 50 subscribers who sent me emails to get stickers. Okay. And I buy the stickers out of pocket. You know, I do that. And then if you guys ask, I give you stickers. It's not that big of a deal. And, you know, I don't ask for anything in return. I just mail them out. So it's no big deal. I will ask every now and then, take a look at the Patreon thing. Seriously, a video per day. I do a video per day, and I'm following a topic guideline into preparedness, and I'm trying to hit a different topic each day. And I'm doing live streams. There's downloadable content. I'm trying to remind folks to come on, check it out.
Gross, Raymond.
4 quarters a month, man. I mean, that's 25 cents a week. You could get notifications daily from myself, and I do giveaways on there as well. So just keep that in mind.
Bribery.
It's not bribery. I'm just saying.
Just kidding. Band of the red hands.
Band of the red hands.
Thank you. Appreciate you,
Big
buddy.
explosion. But I have to tell folks, because if I don't say it, no one's ever going to know, and it'll be something that I do daily, and only the people that are there will see what I do daily on there. You know, a lot of
you'll
folks.
Learn the secret handshake.
There's no
secret song, and the secret power animal will be unfolded unto you.
On there, on there. I don't do any kind of review whatsoever.
Good stuff, Greg.
There's
Got his
nothing.
stickers. Follow
There's-
the beard. That's right. He'll give you a lock of his beard.
I don't do any kind of gear related stuff other than I reload ammunition on there. I have a series on 9mm going on right now, and I take apart, put together firearms. I've done Cerakoting, I've done bluing and all kinds of stuff on Patreon. So it's stuff I can't put it on. I can't put it on YouTube because, and people will ask this question. They seem to think I don't know. I guess that
I'm on prepper. No,
people-
you do not.
people know more than me. People know more than me, right? They say, well, you know what? It's amazing your 50 BMG video hasn't been taken down yet. My reloading, because I have reloading videos that are still up. The videos are up. They're demonetized. All of my reloading videos that are on YouTube that are left here are demonetized, each and every one of them. Even our medical videos that we've posted, they're all demonetized. We're not supposed to be doing medical videos on YouTube. So, and that, I'm pretty sure Skinny Medic and a lot of other folks out there have the same issue, and it is a serious thing. And I'm not sitting here doing this because, you know, I'll get folks who say, I will never support you because you're asking people to go and pay $1 a month to watch you, and I just can't support you doing this. Fine, don't. It's just me creating more content, and
okay.
but anyway, people get rude. People get rude about it. This is my thing. This is what I do, and you want to come hang out with the community, please do.
What's this? You gonna do a after show? Just curious. Or do your own show? Talk about more of those armadillos.
He needs to do the armadillo live stream. That's what it should
Show
be.
everybody your hook hand
He should
from
do
the
the
leprosy. You had to have your hand cut off. Now you got a hook.
no. What was it, Rob? Armadillo bowling. Armadillo bowling.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's at. Armadillo bowling.
That's right.
I love how when you notice that I'm getting frustrated with stuff, you're like patting me and like, okay, BA, calm down.
Yeah,
Don't be mad.
You're very passionate.
I'm very passionate. Very,
okay, Mr. West says.
very passionate.
Then we'll see if we can't get Ellis to do a regular Sunday
night, Alan.
night chat.
Good night, you guys. All right.
So, anyways.
Okay. That's all I got.
Good night, y'all. You have a wonderful.
This is where we go. We ain't got no.
week.
There's no karaoke bar for us. We have 3 very tiny children. We can't take them into a establishment that does karaoke. But anyways, we love you guys.
Yes.
And
thank you, everybody.
thank you guys, each and every one of you guys and gals out there that support us, that share, that
positive,
like, that
loving
comment, and spread the love and
stickers
and care about us. We love you back, and we just want you to know that. And that's all we got. Anyways, God bless you guys. Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Stay sane.